I'm gonna play this video right here, and this right here is gonna give you a perfect example of what happens when black people keep their cool and calm and composure, and PC tries to get them out of that element and out of that zone. And this is something that happens pretty often.
And you're a no good motherfucking bitch is what you are.
Please leave.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Please leave. I mean,
You're gonna be leaving soon too. I promise you that,
Okay,
you
thank
fucking
you.
no good bitch.
Okay, that's fine.
You guys wanna
Bye. Have a good
call
day.
racism? Bitch, you're more racist than the fucking white person ever is.
Okay.
Fuck you, you
Okay,
fucking black bitch.
Okay, that doesn't bother me.
Fuck you.
Okay, have a good day.
Don't dance around on your porch like a fucking monkey, whore.
Get out.
Okay, so you just heard that exchange right there, and this happened inside of a Ross. I'm not exactly what state. I'm not exactly sure what state this happened in, but you can tell it's a Ross because it says it right there on the cart. And I don't know what it was about. I doubt it was over the mask because you see another white lady behind her. She doesn't have a mask on, and they're not getting at her about anything mask related. So I don't think this was about a mask. It probably was something that she did, or maybe she was just irate the entire time. I'm not entirely sure what the case may be, but she went all the way off and did the typical Karen act and whatnot, and then decided she was going to try to get in one of the employees' faces, and kind of did. But she was trying to get a reaction out of the employee, who happened to be a black woman. She got in her face. She yelled at her. She called her a black bee. She called her a monkey. She yelled, she cursed, the whole thing. And this is exactly why I say that title of ratchetness, while that came or was birthed out of the black community, quote unquote, that does not mean black people are the only ones that can have the ratchet title or the label. It's at the end of the day, it's just a label. As you can see, this Karen was acting pretty damn ratchet in this moment right here. And I'm willing to bet this is not the first time she's gone off like this. But it's probably one of the first times she's actually been caught on camera. But I don't know if you caught it at the beginning, but if you saw like a black lady right there with her hands on her hip who had long locks, she was ready to go in if Karen even dare raise her hand at that employee. Like, she was ready to go. She was standing in her in her superhero pose, like she was ready to go and box her ass, and looked like she would have been able to take her too. Because most of these Karens can't fight. Let's just be real here. They just have a lot of mouth and just talk a lot of shit. That's all they really do. They talk a lot of shit. They pick up their phone and call whoever they feel like they need to call. They get loud, they get belligerent, they start cursing, they start saying slurs and all types of stuff that they will probably never say outside of their home. But what got me was when she got to the door. And this is the part where I said she was trying to get the woman to get out of her element, the employee. She got to the door, leaves out of the door, gets to the second door after the employee says bye, leave, thanks for leaving, or everything like that, because she killed her with kindness. That's one thing a lot of these Karens do not like. They do not like when people kill them with kindness, because in their mind they feel it's an insult. And in some cases it might be, but it's well deserved. So she says, please leave, goodbye, have a good day, and all that type of stuff right there. Here comes Karen walking back in the store, calling her a monkey, a black bee, walking out, and then coming back a second time to do it again. Like I said, she was trying her hardest to make the black female employee get out of her element so she could swing on her, and that way Karen can say, oh, she assaulted me. Like, that's all part of their plan. They always try to get black people riled up, or any person for that matter, whoever they encounter, to hit them or assault them so they can have a reason to call the police and say this person hit me. Even though they're the ones that kick off all the drama. Now, I was reading through some of the comments. I was like, I wish she had got ran over. I'm like, what did they mean when wish she had got ran over? Because I didn't watch the whole video. But if you look at the end of the video, when she's walking out of the store doing her little Karen stomp away, like the typical Karen stomp, it was a car that came like right around the time when she looked like she was about to cross the street. And some people said it wouldn't have been funny if she got hit. I'm gonna be honest, it would have, and that's probably would have turned this video into a triple P. I'm just being honest. Because in her little fit of rage, she blacked out, and she would have not have been thinking clearly to look across the street or look both ways to see if cars were coming, and that car would have bumped her, and that would have been on her, that she wasn't paying attention. But yeah, like, she did all of that to try to get a reaction out of this black woman, and that's what a lot of PC people love to try and do, is get a reaction out of black people, because they know black people are on edge right now. and they love and they are entertained when they see black people get in their face or get into it with them or just get into it with whoever. They are entertained by that. But I have to give kudos to this black woman because at the end of the day, she realizes that she had a job. She has to provide for whoever, even if it's just for herself at the moment. And she was not about to let this piece of shit come in and ruin her livelihood for her. And that's probably what would have happened had that occurred. And in this moment of her being calm and cool and collected and maintaining her composure, she also exposed this Karen for the deviant that she actually is. Now, I bet you if this made the news and they interview her, she would probably come back on and talk more calmly and said, that was not me. I usually don't act in this element. I don't know what came over me that day. Then that's when she goes into victim mode, and then she's going to try to deflect and shift it back onto the employee and probably say something along the lines of, well, I wasn't getting good customer service and she made me do this. Because, it's always someone else's fault. It's never your fault for the reason as to why you do the things that you do and act out in the way that you act out. And you can tell, instead of calling her a black bee, she wanted to say N-words so bad. Like I can tell that one. I was waiting for that to slip out of her mouth. I was waiting for it. And I think that's another form of code speak too. Like when you hear a PC person in a fit of rage, or even if they're not even raging out like that, and they call you a black and they follow it up with another word that's not the N word, they secretly or subliminally are calling you that. They would rather say that, but they scale back and call you something else. But at the end of the day, we can read through the code speak. We can read right through it. But yeah, this happens more often than you think. And it doesn't happen with just the Karen. It happens with the Kyle too. It's just that the Karen is more prevalent that this will happen with. Like I said, I don't know where this happened at. I know it just happened in the Ross. I don't know what state or city or county or whatever. It just happened in the Ross. I don't know the backstory behind it. But all I can tell is that the Karen was definitely most likely in the wrong. She probably did something and then she got mad because she was probably told something and she didn't want to adhere to whatever policy or rule or whatever the case may be. Like I said, we didn't see the whole thing. This is only a 30-second clip of something that transpired longer that led up to this.